The Australian Academy of Parkour, Exercise and Self-Defense is a community of parkour enthusiasts who are all about training hard, smashing goals and making friends through, you guessed it, parcours du combattant. This is where the Women of Sydney Parkour group got their beginnings. Hatch had the opportunity to sit down with these amazing women to find out what they are all about.
I definitely think girls are capable of anything a man is capable of. In terms of parkour, there are physical differences which make parkour a lot harder for women. So there is differences, but there's no reason why we should be separated. I think it drives us harder, we compete better, we train better, yeah.
A few of us just thought like, you know what, let's just start like a little page together to kind of like encourage and inspire more girls to start up parkour.
That group is where we connect, we post where we're training, projects that we want to do, things we want to post on the Instagram, generally try to promote that we're training and we're here.
I'm half Japanese and half Vietnamese, and my Vietnamese side doesn't really know about like the fact that I train parkour, but the people who do know support it. And my Japanese side is a lot stricter because they're a lot more traditional in their approach to a lot of things, especially like body positivity and things. So their first reaction is always like, you're gonna injure yourself, you're gonna get like more muscles than your boyfriend, so you're never gonna get a husband and things like that.
I only really have immediate family in Australia, and they're all really supportive, but I know that if I did go to Lebanon, they'd be like, what the hell are you doing, why, and like stop. But you know, they're not here, so. I go to an all-girls school, so not really. There are a couple girls who are like, oh, you shouldn't do that, that's like a boys' sport, and like you're gonna get really hurt. And I'm like, you don't know.
They probably wouldn't get some nice words from me, but they'd probably be shunned from the community pretty quick. It's not a good attitude to have.
I've had some negative feedback from my family, but that's more like they're worried about me. But usually people think it's pretty cool. Like the only time when it's negative is just people don't understand it yet and they think it's really dangerous and they think like the first thing you do is go and jump off a building, but there's like a lot more to it and a lot more basics, and safety is really encouraged.
It's a lot better than it used to be, but there's definitely still, you know, sexism in parkour, but it's getting better, much better.
It's okay, so I feel like it definitely does empower us, and there is a sense of like safety with it.
Yeah. I always have to be kind of aware, especially because I'm female. I do feel like I can be a bit more of a target, I guess.
Funnily enough, I have used parkour to keep me safe. So when I was out training once, there was actually a guy who like followed me to a spot, and he showed up later, and I ended up hopping into someone's balcony for like a little bit until he passed on. So yeah, it's definitely empowering.
It's kind of just like in the way you move all the time. So something like walking up the stairs. A lot of people will just like use like their feet flat, but I noticed like a lot of us will use our toes and get up a lot faster. Even things like moving through crowds, or like I used to, instead of taking the stairs to get out of a station nearby, I'd just like jump the fence, and it was just like way quicker.
I think just the freedom of movement and the community was really cool, and I had this one on my tail going, join parkour, so I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do it.
I think it's got a long way to go before it's at the level that it is in Europe and America, but it's got a pretty big following in Australia.
It's gonna grow, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where that goes.
Europe and like parts of America have way more girls, and like I think every year it's growing. Like there's more and more girls coming, and yeah.
Just come out and try it, and if it's not for you, it's not for you, but you have to try it to know that.
The best advice I'd give a girl or woman starting in parkour is to stay strong, keep at it, and make friends. Connect with the women in your community, because we are stronger together than we are apart.